I am I am Muhammad Abrar Tariq, BR of Batch 14. We are going to present our research today. The topic of our research was the effect of smartphones on the self-rated health levels of the elderly, a cross-sectional study in the Punjab province. Our faculty mentors, Dr. Saira Tariq and Dr. Fatmi Bakar, Department of Community Medicine, King Edward Medical University, Lahore. Introduction. According to the annual report published by the Pakistan Telecommunication Authority, the number of smartphone users exceeded 2G phone users in 2021. The rapid rise in the use of smartphones has influenced the lifestyle of not only adolescents but also elderly. Smartphones have become an essential source of learning and social connection for the old. So according to this, ये हमें बता रहे हैं कि जो पीटीए ने जो एनुअल अपनी रिपोर्ट दी है उसमें यह है कि स्मार्टफोन यूजर्स जो है वो एक्सीड मतलब बढ़ते जा रहे हैं और ये जो रैपिड राइज है स्मार्टफोन यूजेज के अंदर जो एक रैपिड इंक्रीज आ रहा है इसने ना सिर्फ जो है वो नौजवान बल्कि जो ज्यादा उम्र के लोग हैं उनकी जो जिंदगी का रहन सहन है उसको भी मुतासर किया है स्मार्टफोन्स जो हैं उनकी मदद से जो है वो ओल्ड एजेड पीपल जो हैं उन्हें जो है वो उनके लिए ये एक अहम सोर्स है फॉर देयर लर्निंग एंड फॉर देयर सोशल connections with other people because they are not able to physically to become socialized with other people. Self-rated health is based upon asking individuals to assess the status of their health, usually on a 5-point scale. Self-rated health में हम जो है वो उसमें इंडिविजुअल्स को ये कहा गया कि अपने हेल्थ स्टेटस को चेक करें किस बेसिस पर 5-point स्केल के ऊपर जिसमें डिफरेंट उनको क्वेश्चंस प्रेजेंट किए गए और जिसमें 5 पॉइंट्स थे that they strongly agree, neutral, disagree, or strongly disagree with the statement they were provided. More pragmatic research is required to evaluate the relationship between technology, physical, and mental health of human beings. A US survey has shown that more than 10 million people use their smartphones to look for health information and facilities. Previous research has revealed that mobile applications designed to monitor exercise, diet, and blood pressure help the users improve their health status. Like ये जो mobile applications हैं, इसमें patients अपने exercise का record रख सकते हैं, अपनी diet like how much calories they are intaking and how much they are burning. और अपना जो blood pressure है, वो भी उसकी readings जो उनको record उसका रख सकते हैं. And on the basis of that, they can manage their daily lifestyle. Smartphones enable several people to interact with their friends and family and reduce the stress in their life. So smartphones ने जो है वो लोगों को इस हवाले से facilitate किया है कि लोग अपने family और friends के साथ interact कर सकते हैं. Like we people, we hostelites, we can interact with our family and our friends even when we are far much away from our families and hometowns. They contain features like text-to-speech, GPS, global positioning system, and social media that enable people to remain integrated to the society. A longitudinal study has found that Facebook helps with low self-esteem increase their social media ties. कि वो लोग जो physically इतने ज़्यादा socialize नहीं है लोगों के साथ, वो इस काबिल हैं कि वो social media पर जो है वो लोगों के साथ connection में रह सकते हैं. But various studies have shown poor self-rated health and self-satisfaction among adolescents following the repeated use of social media. So excess of everything is bad. If they're using too much social media, then there is negative effect on their health and satisfaction levels. A recent research revealed that most people would attend to their smartphones rather than talk to people in a social gathering. Like ये तो हमारे यहाँ एक common practice बन गई हुई है कि social gatherings में भी लोग एक दूसरे के साथ communication करने के बजाय smartphones को ही जो है वो use करना पसंद करते हैं.
Okay, I am roll number 80 and I'm continuing with the introduction. Some scholars might argue that smartphones and social media have increased the sense of loneliness. Similarly, there has been rampant increase in bedtime use of smartphone among the adolescents and adults. Bedtime use of smartphone has been linked to sleep loss, disturbances in sleep patterns, in sleep-wake patterns, and decreased physical energy during the day. A population survey conducted in UK reported that roughly 70% people with smartphone addiction reported poor sleep quality. The mechanism behind this is that there is decreased melatonin secretion due to exposure of intense light. In judicious use of smartphone has been correlated with changes in personality traits like anxiety, depression, and emotional instability among the youth.
Uh, 223 here. Many studies have been carried out to assess the effect of smartphones on the health of adolescents and adults. However, similar in-depth research remains to be conducted satisfactorily among the elderly population. लाइक वो कहने के रिसर्च जो है एडल्ट्स और एडोलेशंस के ग्रुप में काफी ज्यादा स्टडीज जो है वो की गई हैं, लेकिन जो एल्डरली पॉपुलेशन है उसमें भी बहुत ज्यादा वर्क जो है वो करना भी बाकी है. This study aims to discover the possible effects of smartphones on the self-rated health levels of the elderly. The aim of our study is to study various effects of the smartphones on the self-rated health levels of the elderly. So what are the objectives? To find out the impact of smartphones on the physical and mental health of elderly, and to learn the influence of smartphones on the social and family relationships. Research and methodology. So what is the study design? It is a cross-sectional study that will be carried out in the form of an online survey in the form of an online survey conducted through the Google Form questionnaires in the Punjab province. The study setting took place via the Google Forms as an online survey on the elder population of the Punjab province of Pakistan. The study duration was from 1st July till 31st October 2022. Sample size, it is calculated to be 139 by using the formula for equation n equals z square t into 1 minus p over d square, where z is the level of confidence, p is expected prevalence, d is margin of error, and n is the sample size. What is sampling technique? The sampling technique used is snowball sampling, which is a type of non-probability sampling.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is sample selection. Side, what are the inclusion criteria and what were the exclusion criteria in this? The inclusion criteria are the subject should be elderly, that the age of the subject should be more than 50 years in this case. The subject should be smartphone user, that it should be an Android user or an Apple device user with the proper accessibility to the internet. And the subject should be living in the Punjab province. So these were the inclusion criteria for this study. The exclusion criteria, which are opposite to it, that are if the subject is not from Punjab province, we are not including it in our study. Or if it is not the smartphone user, or the age of the subject is below 50 years, so the subject will not be included in this study. Moving to the next bar. Who is going to the reflection procedure? In the network situation of the elderly, either it is using smartphone or they have the internet ability, we have to decide that, and the need and attitude of the elderly toward the network technology. The effects of smartphone on the multiple aspects of their physical, social, and mental health was also included in the study. Two type of variables we use in this study, that are dependent and independent variable. Dependent variable include the self-rated health levels according to the 5 categories the respondent used to their answers. 5 categories को हमने divide किया. Strongly either they agree strongly or they have to disagree with the study. 1 to 5 scaling के ऊपर हमने उनकी numbering कर ली. Then we have the independent variable जिनको हमने assess करना था इससे related, and they were the effect of smartphones on the physical health, the effect of smartphone on the mental health of the subjects, and the effect of smartphone on the social and the family relations. Moving to next, please.
The Google Forms of the 75% subjects were analyzed in this study with the age of subjects greater than 50 years. All the subjects were smartphone users, 96% of which were Android users and 4% were Apple phone users. The first table shows the extent of smartphone usage among those subjects. Most of the subjects agree that they are using smartphone activity and it is affecting their daily life. The next table shows the effect of smartphones on the health of the subjects and the quality of life. Most of the responses demonstrate that more smartphone usage is affecting the health of the subjects. They were feeling tired and less focused after using the smartphones. So these are the pie charts for the
excuse me. Assalamu alaikum, roll number 79. And in these next few slides, we are representing the results, the responses from our questionnaire in the graphical form in the pie chart form. So the first question is that you mostly use your smartphone for information on electronic media. So as it can be seen in the pie chart that almost 3/4 of our subjects agreed or strongly agreed with this question, and only about 1/4 were the ones that disagreed. The next question is you use your smartphone for entertainment purposes, and about like major proportion of our subjects, like 3/4 of our subjects agreed on this question that they use their smartphones for entertainment purposes, and only like less than 1/3 were the elderly that disagreed with this question. Next slide. The next question is you are an active internet user on your phone, and about 65% of our elderly subjects agreed on it while the rest of them disagreed. The next question is you spend most of your leisure time on smartphones. So as we can see on the pie chart, about in our elderly population, about half of the subjects agreed or strongly agreed with this question, while approximately an equal half was the one that disagreed or strongly disagreed with this or was neutral with this. The next question. Next question is you don't use your smartphone unless necessary for communication. So only about 1/4 of our subjects agreed with this, that they like do use their phone like for purposes other than communication, and about 3/4 were the ones that disagreed with this. The next question is you use smartphone to connect with your friends and family. Like a great proportion of our subjects agreed with this, while only a small proportion was the one that disagreed. Thank you.
Next question is your social activities are affected by the smartphone usage. So almost half of the persons they agreed and strongly agreed with this statement, and almost half they disagreed and strongly disagreed. Next question is you spend most of your time live with your family. So in this case, almost almost less than half people, they agreed and strongly agreed with the statement, and the rest they disagreed or strongly disagreed, with a major portion also from the neutral side. You use your smartphone on social gatherings. So a lot of people, they agreed and strongly agreed, with neutral also being a major portion, and a small people who disagreed and strongly disagreed with this statement. And your friends complain to you about your smartphone addiction. So in this case, a major almost half percent people, they disagreed with this statement. So these are all the representations of our questionnaires which are asked in the Google form. So basically this was the guide.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Ahmed, roll number 227. In this table, you can see we try to quantify our results in the form of numbers. So we divided the question into two types of domain that whether the smartphones are affecting your health in a positive manner, like they are helping you to search the internet for health information. And the second domain was what smartphones were affecting your health in a negative manner, like if they increasing your screen time, affecting your eyes, etc. So we categorize our question into two types. Then we हर क्वेश्चन में हमने मतलब एग्री, स्ट्रांगली एग्री, न्यूट्रल, डिसएग्री को हमने पॉइंट्स दिए हैं, यानी कि अगर आप if you strongly disagree so that is 1 point, or if you strongly agree that is 5 points. So फिर हमने देखा कि मतलब हर पार्टिसिपेंट ने जो आंसर दिया है हमने उनको कलेक्ट किया और फिर हमने उनके स्कोर्स को ऐड करके हमने देखा कि ऑन एवरेज कितना स्कोर आता है हर क्वेश्चन पे. So at 3.64 for the first question, you mostly use your smartphone for information or electronic media. So 3.64 indicates that most people agree with the sentiment that they strongly agree that they use the smartphone for information on electronic media. We did this for every question, as you can see in the next slides, please. Yes, you can see we did this for every question. And then we calculated a domain score, as you can see, that whether the participants strongly agree with the sentiments that whether the smartphones are affecting their life in a positive manner or a negative manner. So you can see that in the next slide, please. And domain score, we give a domain score from 13 to 65, that about 43 participants agree that the that smartphones are affecting their lives in a negative manner. So we can conclude from this experiment that mostly agree that the smartphones are affecting their lives in a negative manner. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mariam, roll number 85. The table represents the effect of smartphones on health and quality of life of participants. According to the collected data, most of the participants, that is 33.3%, agree that their friends who don't use smartphones often are more physically active. And if we see the rest of the points, they strongly disagree were 3.3%, neutral were 26.7%, disagree were 21.3%, and strongly disagree were 9.3%. So this means that the strongly agree and disagree were the least selected options. And the next question, smartphones, the mostly were agree that is 44% were agree that smartphones uses makes them exhausted at times, and the strongly disagree points were 10.7%, neutral were 26.7%, disagree were 16, and strongly disagree were 2.7. It means that strongly disagree were the least selected option. The next were the mostly selected, participants, that is 36% were agree that they feel weakness in arms after holding smartphones for more than 2 hours. It means that strongly agree what the only 12%, neutral what 24%, and disagree what 21.3%, strongly disagree what 6.7%. And this shows that strongly disagree what the least selected option by the participants. And in next question, we saw that the 38.7% of the participants agreed that they were obsessed with smartphone usage, and strongly disagreed what the least selected option, that is 2.7%. Next slide. And if further we see that the most of the participants chose the neutral option, that is 36%, when the question was asked that if they are satisfied with their health, and the least selected option was that they strongly disagree with it. Then the next question they was asked that the most of them chose the neutral option, that is 33.3%, that they feel angry if disturbed during smartphone usage. Now we see that in the next question, most of the participants were disagree, that is 26.7%, that they cannot read properly after hours of screen time, and strongly agree what only the 12%, agree what 29.3%, neutral 25.3%, and so strongly disagree was 6.7%, and this was the least selected option. In the next question, we see that the most of them chose the neutral option. Again, that is 36%, that they cannot walk upstairs properly after long screen on time, and strongly agree what the 6.7%, neutral and agree what the 28%, disagree 99.3%, and strongly disagree what only 6.7%. In the next question, that the most were disagree, that was 33.3%, when the question was asked that their hand shake after smartphone usage at night, and the least selected option was strongly agree at this question. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdullah Khan, roll number 224. Discussion. This study mainly addressed the following aspects of using smartphones among the elderly. Majority of them use smartphones for the purpose of getting information, for communication, and to spend their leisure time. As far as the influence of smartphones on the self-rated health is concerned, they feel smartphones have many favorable impacts, like they feel relaxed after smartphone usage and are satisfied with it. The study explored that they also feel some negative effects, like they're less focused, they're less physically active, and they have difficulty in reading. Majority of people accepted that it exhausts them and that they get angry when someone disturbs them while using smartphones. The subjects in this study didn't notice any change or difficulty in walking upstairs. In general, people feel both beneficial and negative impacts of smartphone usage on their health, but according to them, they aren't addicted or obsessed with smartphone usage. Limitations. The sample size is small. Data collection is through online form, which leads to a potential bias, and regional differences may interfere with the research. Conclusions. Smartphone usage is affecting the elderly in social, mental, and physical aspects of life. They're less socializing due to excessive mobile phone usage, and that they feel tired and less focused and perform their physical activities and perform less physical activities. The elderly must be educated on how decreasing screen time will improve their mental and physical health. Thank you.